All right, it's September 4th, Labor Day. Had a half day of work, so came out here to freshen up some corn and get some new camera batteries out. My camera's been dead for a couple days, and as you can tell, there's no more corn. These deer here have just been hitting it hard. I'm hunting this year at my granddad's property, so it's turned out to be a pretty dang good spot. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the new batteries in the camera. What me and John kind of figured out is we put, when the camera's dead like that, like a cell cam, we put some cheap batteries in it. And once we get those cheap batteries in there, we will let the camera try to send those pictures that hasn't sent already. Because if you put the batteries in it, that camera will just keep trying to send all those old pictures and it'll just drain the batteries. So what we like to do is put the batteries, some cheap batteries in it, let it drain those batteries as it sends the pictures, and then once it's done, put the new batteries in and all that. And I also got a solar panel I'm going to hook up as well. So I'm going to get that in the camera and then get the corn out. The only thing open today was Walmart, so I had to get corn from Walmart. Usually don't get corn from Walmart. Usually go to the local feed store, but it's the only place open today to get corn, so it's like twice expensive, and you don't get as much when you get corn from Walmart. So, but gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna get this out, and it's only like 100 pounds, so it'll probably only last like a couple days because they either just destroy it here. So we'll get all that out, and then once I get the corn, and also got some Trifecta persimmon mineral, persimmon oil. These deer just absolutely love it. So get all that all out, and then we'll get back with you guys and talk about my setup here. So get it done. All right, so I just got the corn out. Also the Trifecta Outdoors persimmon mineral and the spray. I mean, I can already smell it. This deer just absolutely love this mineral, and I mean, great stuff. So check out Trifecta Outdoors mineral. Get you some. You can now order online. So check out their website, Trifecta Outdoors mineral and Attractant. So get on there and order you some. Also got the camera, got the solar panel set up. It's already sending pictures, so that's good. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the setup up here. I'm at my granddad's property this year. First time hunting here. Cousins hunted here in the past. There's been some big bucks here. So I mean, there's three big 8-points here. One is, he's a giant. He's a pretty big one. Probably the biggest 8-point I've got on camera before. But he hasn't been on camera in a couple weeks or so. These other two, they're big, but they're not as big as him. But they come in a lot. So that one is daylight every evening. So hopefully he keeps that up. Already had a couple bucks shed velvet, just a couple small ones. John's got a bunch that's already shed velvet. But anyway, I got to set up a little mock scrape right here. I got it sticking in this dead tree. Had to reset it back up because they knocked it out. As you can tell, they're hitting it pretty hard right here. And also up on top of this ridge, they're dropping acorns already. They are just tearing it up here. I mean, it's wore out. These deer are just crunching on the acorns and also hitting the corn pretty hard. But walk down here to where my stand's at. I'm gonna turn this camera around so I can show everybody. So, tree stand set up right in there. I mean, I got like a little gap to shoot through to these two trees, and I got plenty of cover behind me. Corn pile is over there. It's about 20 yards to the front of the corn pile, 25 yards to the back. But also, this is the main path on this ridge. Right through here, this tree has fallen across, which is giving me plenty of cover behind. And it's also keeping the deer from walking behind me. So they got to come up the ridge, because that's pretty much where they're bedding at. Down in there bottom, down in this bottom. So walk back here and I'll show you how well hidden this stand is at. Tree stand is right there. I mean, with me sitting up there, that's gonna be hard for them to see me up in there. I got plenty of cover behind me, like I said. So by this time now, this year, we should be in Kentucky. Kentucky opened up this weekend, always during Labor Day, but we couldn't make it out. Schedules kind of messed up, so we couldn't, make it down to Kentucky. But season's coming up, so we're excited to get in the stand. So now let's hear from Justin, Ethan, and John. So they're going to talk about their little setups that they got going on, give a little update from them. So next time we'll see everybody's up in the stand. Can't wait. So let's get it.
All right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I gotta get in and out of here. This is my West Virginia spot for this year. I had this spot last year. It's a good ways back in here, so normally when I come to dump corn out, I put 200 pounds out. That way I ain't gotta load the buggy up and then drive all the way back to here. So I always try to have extra 12 volts with me. I run 12 volt systems on my spot points. I don't even know where it's at. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, right there, you see it. But yeah.
What's up, everybody? Justin and I are out here today getting ready to go put all of our corn out. We're just now under a month to season. Unfortunately, our buggy just broke down on us, so we don't have a buggy to take all of our corn out to places right now. So we are stuck with a truck full of corn, our trifecta here, and we will be shuttling corn a couple hundred yards to each spot today. So stay tuned, we'll be at our first spot.
So there's my stand for the year. I didn't range it, I'm sure it's like 25 yards. Them deer have been coming from right here, as you can tell. And they come up here by where my buggy's at. And there's a creek bottom down here they'll funnel out of. That's all shaded down there throughout the day. So yeah, it's a good travel spot. I've seen a lot of good deer in here last year, just couldn't make it happen. I was set up in that tree right there and wasn't a good setup because I was exposed. The sun's on this side, so I'd always get busted and skylighted, so I moved back to this tree and have the sun in my back. So it should be a good spot. Been having a lot of good deer in here. Yeah. Had to trim a few limbs to get the shoot to here, so. But yep, that's my West Virginia spot for the year, besides the other spot I have at the house.
All right, we're at our first spot over here. Justin's back over here putting some batteries in our trail camera and the solar panel up. We just got our corn put out in our trifecta right back there behind us. This is one of our spots. We have a buck we call the Splits buck. He's been up here. We passed him last year. Justin actually had him last year right back here in the bean field behind us at about 30 yards, and he passed him up last year, and he grew even more this year, some heavy mass. Our tree stand right back here behind us that you can't even see. It's hidden pretty well. We're excited. Like I said, we're just now under a month away from season over here in Ohio. So not going to Kentucky this year. It's the first time in 4 years we're not going to Kentucky. It just didn't work out in our plans for everybody this year, but we're excited. Ohio season comes up in just under a month, so stay tuned. We should have a good year for you.
The other spot at the house is just the original stand that I've had there for years. I take it down every year, but that's the stand I shot a doe out of last year. I've had bucks in there. It's just this year's been kind of slow with bucks, so just ain't really had a whole lot there. I got an old 9 that's in there, but yeah, it's actually the same stand Dash shot his first West Virginia deer out of. Gotta spray the old trifecta. I've been running persimmon all year. These deer back here love it. And I want to switch and try to change it up some, but we're within a month of season and they're hitting us pretty hard, so I'm just gonna stay with it. No point in changing if they like it. I don't know. I'm kind of finicky with this spot. I get in and out quick, and I don't want to change nothing because the bucks have been coming in here consistent. The day I hung the stand, it took me a little bit to hang it and get everything how I wanted. And they were gone for like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, in and out's how I like it here. So that's how I do. I leave my buggy running too. So I'm gonna get this trifecta out, spray it down, get the mineral out, and get out of here.